Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, three crazy rescue dogs who likes to craft in her spare time, has gone back to school to be an ASL interpreter, and is trying to train for Ironman. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Sends me a little message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and we all need that. And if you're returning, welcome back. Sit on back, you know the crazy you're in for. I am filming a little early. This week is shaping up to be jam-packed as we lead into weekend B of stitchcon. So, yeah, y'all, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Will I be ready? As ready as I'm gonna get. I still have to do my floss drops. I'm trying to decide on the pictures. What I'd like to do is maybe do a set where it's like a picture of me, a picture of the twins, a picture of the Jeep, picture of the dogs, so like it's my intro kind of thing, like in pictures. Is that funny or is that going to be weird? And then I was thinking like a set of like 5 or 7, like how many should be in these sets? Should it be 10? Um, of either like funny memes, but then I'm like, okay, is that going to offend somebody? But then I was thinking what would be funny is, so on my law firm web page before the panini started, I was doing like crazy laws of the day, or crazy laws. Each day I would post a new did you know kind of thing. Did you know like in Texas you can't own more than 7 um, personal care items? Is that the discreet YouTube way of saying that? Yeah, that's an actual law. And I was thinking it would be funny because I have some of the pictures to go with that. Like, would that be funny, or would like people not, or should I do like today, like I don't know the exact day, but like it's National Donut Day on such and such. Put a picture of the donut. I don't know. I have the paper. I do have ink in my printer. I'm ready to go. I just have to settle on my pictures, and then I'll have to cut it apart. But I have both the Cricut and I have a paper trimmer, so that's not a problem. The other thing that I did yesterday, I posted this on Instagram. I have a shirt. This is the back of my shirt that I will be wearing Friday at StitchCon. I don't know if you can read that, but it says, I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 3 crazy rescue dogs who likes to craft in her spare time, has gone back to school to be an ASL interpreter, and is training for Ironman. And I think it's hysterical. So that will be on the back of my shirt at StitchCon on Friday. I'm not sure what I will be wearing on Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. On the way back on Sunday, I do want to stop at Jungle Jim's, the big, huge grocery store in Cincinnati. That has been a goal of mine to get there since I was in law school when I lived in Ada, which is near Lima in Findlay, Ohio. So, okay. A couple other things that I have been... Oh, before I get too far, I was watching Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, and she uses this, like, fancy pointer. Michelle, I know you probably don't watch me, but maybe this will get to you. You need to replace your fancy pointer with the pizza pointer. I don't know why I own this, but I have owned this for several years now because I find it absolutely hysterical. It's my pizza wand. I think at one point it was in the dollars section at Target, maybe like for back to school. It's supposed to be in a teacher's classroom. I'm pretty sure that's where I got it, but that was years ago. Years ago. But Michelle, you need a you need a pizza pointer. Okay, so before we get into that, let's do sign of the week. That is boat. So you're gonna cup your hands and you just kind of move it, push like you're riding on a boat. boat? Do you like boats? Yes or no? I'm like, whatever. So, okay. The other thing that I finally broke down and did that I think is very cool, you may not like it, whatever, that's your right, it's mine. So I have a t-shirt from somebody who isn't with me all the time. Unfortunately, I wish that they were. And I have clothing from, I have the pair of jeans that my grandfather wore. It was the last piece of clothing he wore besides a hospital gown before he passed. So I own those. They are mine. My goal is eventually to turn them into a quilt. I also have a t-shirt and an apron from my grandmother. So I broke down and I have been feeling the need to have them closer, those people closer to me. I know that they're right there, but I got some epoxy resin finally out of my jam, and I made myself a little ring. So I have always got that with me. So I love it. It's very comfortable, super, super comfortable. It's very cool. If you're interested in one, let me know. We'll figure that out. Let's see. School is, so my one class is actually turning out, like I said, to be really, really fun. The last Thursday night, there were only 8 of us in the class that showed up, which I think is ridiculous. I don't understand people who don't show up for classes. Like, I mean, the one girl had a migraine. I totally get that. Like, if you're sick with a migraine, 100% stay home, rest. Like, I get that. But like, some people just didn't show up just because. Like I'm not missing class to get to stitchcon on Thursday. Like, I understand. Like, when I signed up for stitchcon, did I know about this class was going to be on Thursday? No. And if I had the option to do it via Zoom, I would, but this teacher is not, y'all, no, that's not an option with this teacher. So our project for this week that I have not worked on yet, I will be honest, project is, without actually using ASL, we have to basically sign and convey seeing an animal at the zoo. I have not even decided what animal. I kind of want to do a flamingo because it's Bean's favorite tropical bird. Okay, so my kids are weird. We all know this. Like, hello, I'm their mother. Bean has a favorite tropical bird, which is a flamingo, and she's loved flamingos since she was little. But her favorite Arctic bird is a penguin. Now, I think penguin would be a lot easier to sign and convey like what it is, because we're gonna have to get up in front of class and like gesture and that to describe this animal without signing what's the sign for penguin, which honestly I don't even know what the sign for penguin or flamingo is. And our classmates are gonna have to guess. So it's kind of like charades with animals, which I think is still kind of cool. The boy child's favorite animal when he was little is an anteater. Y'all, I don't even know where to begin that I would be able to sign that or gesture that. Like, so that was my, so I was thinking flamingo, but maybe I should do penguin. Do I do the easier one? Or like, I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. We may not know till I get to class and stand up in front of everybody. I don't know. My Wednesday night class, y'all, I'm really struggling, and part of it is it's finger spelling. So you've got to be able to understand what letters or numbers are being signed and put them into like logical words and process it. Well, I'm dyslexic. So I am just seriously hoping to pass this class. I need at least a C+ to pass it. So last week after class, the next morning, I got up, I called tutoring services. I have arranged for a tutor. I'm going to meet with them on Tuesdays. Um, and if I need to, I can also meet with an additional tutor either on Wednesday or Thursday. Um, because again, I just want to get through this class. A C plus would be C plus is the minimum I need for the program in order to then like keep going. I'd like to do better than a C plus, but right now, y'all, I seriously, I'm struggling. Um, so I have that. Our sign language group met with our associate dean and stuff and got some things handled and sort of figured out what was going on. I am still debating whether I'm going to stay on the board next year. I'm a little frustrated. My problem is that nobody else is stepping up to the plate to be on the board. Um, and probably only one person besides myself from this year's board is willing to even continue. So, um, that said, there's only like 4 of us. One of them has some health issues, and is just pretty stressed out, and I get that. Um, one of them is graduated, so she's not eligible. So I'm kind of deciding, like, I don't want to leave them high and dry, but at the same time, like, I'm a little frustrated, and I only have so much bandwidth. Um, so yeah. The boy child and I sat down. We have a good game plan for the fall for him. He will have 12 credits. He's going to repeat his English class that he ended up, he says they said that they were going to drop it. It didn't actually get dropped, so he ended up flunking it. Well, it's a 6-credit English class right now with an F on his GPA. So it's tanking his GPA. I was going to grade and kind of get it out of my way, but that's not going to happen. So he's going to repeat that. He's got a couple band classes, and then he's taking orientation to deafness with Bean, which I've taken. It honestly, it's a super easy. There's no reason they shouldn't both get A's. And then him and I are going to take yoga. Now, if you know me in person, you know I hate yoga. Like, seriously hate it. But it's a 1-credit class. It counts as his gym credit for his gen eds. I'm assuming, given the course description, you show up and you put in effort, you're going to walk away with an A. Now, I do have to tell the teacher ahead of time about my medical conditions because there's some poses that I'm going to have to adjust how I do them for my head. My coach is laughing his ass off. He's like, "Do you know how bad I've wanted you to do yoga as part of your like your plan?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know. And every time you do it, I bike instead. I don't do yoga." And he's laughing. He goes, "And now you are." He goes, "I know you're going to want to get at least as good of, if not better than your son as far as a grade. So I know you're going to be like trying to be the rock star in yoga class." I'm like, shh. So he wins, and he's just bouncing off the walls with joy at that. Like, I seriously made the guy's day. So, yeah. I have been doing some work. I still have tons of work to get done this week. I did finally break down Friday and call my neurosurgeon and ask to be seen as soon as possible, knowing that he's usually backlogged and I don't always, usually if you know something is going on with me and knowing that I wait till like it's unbearable. He usually tries to get me in as soon as possible. So I am actually going Monday at 4:40 to see him to try and y'all, I can't take it anymore. Like, there have been times where I have literally thought I probably need to go to the ER from the pain and like just the nausea. And some other issues are going on. So, we are going to head to Boyd's tomorrow at 4:40. Oh, 4:30 really. Um, and hopefully he can help get some answers in. Let's see what else has gone on. I don't have really any haul. I did buy I bought the little bag to put my smallest gift in, and then my gift for the person I'll be rooming with. And then um I got a little treat for the people that I'll be sitting with. As far as snacks, I bought vanilla Tootsie Rolls. I know it's weird, but I love them. And I finally found a big shareable bag. I got those in Starburst, and I thought they're a sweet, but they're not like, it's not like chocolate, so it won't trigger anybody's migraine. They aren't going to leave your hands icky, so it's not going to affect your stitching. So I thought that those were safe. And then I bought some cool pens and I have highlighters, and I'll stick those in each of the bags. And then if you guys remember, Target in their dollar spot a while back had the little bags that everybody was cross stitching on, and then they had notebooks that people could cross stitch on. Well, I bought a bunch and put them in my craft area, thinking if I needed something, I would have it. Well, I was like, duh, I need something. So those will be in my small exchange and in those presents as well. Like I said, I still want to do my floss drops. I'm not going to do needle minders. I love the look of a needle minder, but the practicality is I stitch in hand and I don't use them. I own a shit ton of them, but I don't use them. So it didn't make sense for me to stress out about that. Then, as far as, so we did get clarification from Pam and Steph and the gang that if I can take my Under the Sea sale and finish that treasure chest section, and that will allow me to ring the bell. Pressure off. Because I don't have much left to do, so I absolutely can do that. And then as far as the brag table, I think I'm going to take 3 small words. Because I think it's really cool that I've like, it doesn't necessarily look like the Lizzie Kate, well, okay, it doesn't look anything like the Lizzie Kate patterns, but it is the Lizzie Kate words. So I'm going to take that. So as long as I get my floss drops done, my little rings to put my floss drops on are coming. They should be here tomorrow. I'll be good to go. Worst case scenario on the floss drop, I think my hardest thing on those is just picking out the pictures. Because absolute worst case scenario, and I don't print them on my printer, I'll just send them over to our Kinko's and have them printed as business cards and be done. And then all I have to do is punch the holes. Easy peasy. But again, it's the picture. So, the other thing that I did, because it bothered me that my dog ate my notebook, which sounds ridiculous, but he did. Y'all saw it. It was bothering me, and then other things were bothering me, and my OCD got me. So for 97 cents, I made myself happy today. And I bought a new notebook when I was at the Walmart. And in the front of my notebook is my Whip Go board. And I reprinted it out. Hang on, my phone is going off for whatever reason. I reprinted it out. I do 10 days on each of my Whip Go squares. That is my deal. And so I print the Whip Go board that has the squares, but it's not editable. So I have to write in my hand write in my hand. I have to handwrite in my projects rather than typing them in. If you recall, box 7 was called, for me that was Lady of the Flag, but I had switched it with Marine Corps emblem. So when I redid my boxes, I actually did switch them. So those are all of my boxes that I have complete. These are my boxes that I have works in progress, because they've been called, let's see, yeah, because the periodic elements table has been called, the map cell was called, and the unicorn, my unicorn has been called. I have not, the unicorn cell and the periodic table are June's. The map cell, I still owe 1 more day, so really and truly, I may get my day in still tonight, but it'll be done. So we're looking really good, you all. And then I have my 5 words that are supposed to inspire my decisions, and my reminder to have unwavering commitment to myself. Then I put in, like, I have Bean's measurements and my basic measurements so that when I go to buy like patterns or make something, I know which size to pull. And then my measurements for my vinyl project bags, because I always forget, and that's just my list. I know the instructions, like how to make it and put it together, but I always forget like how big do my pieces need to be. And then so for the Epic Disney cell or Epic Princess cell from Clouds Factory, I have that. It's on my Whip Go board. It has not been called. I have added a bunch of movies from Ivory Needle on Etsy. She's the same style. She's charted them out. So I have a list of my movies so that when any of the movies come out, I can make, when either Clouds Factory adds another princess, or if Yvette adds, I know which movies I have already, because yeah. And then on the back I have a list of my finishes, and then my goals, my overall family and self goals for the year. I've only made 2 of my goals, but that's okay. That's 2 goals. Some of them are pretty easy. Some of them I need to get off my list and actually do. But again, like, one of them is showing myself grace and patience, and part of that is understanding, like, any step forward towards that goal. I may not hit that goal 100% by the end of the year, but any step closer to it is progress, and that's good. So, okay. So now you're sitting here going, this woman has been talking for 22 minutes and hasn't showed us a lick of stitching. And for that, I am sorry, but you guys know that is how we operate at Don't Run with Scissors. So, what did I stitch on? I'm glad you asked. Let me show you. Because again, I can't show you haul because really there isn't any. Unless you want to see my Tootsie Rolls and Starburst. I did buy the scissors for Quaker Banana Fob that will go on them. They're pretty cool. Okay, so I worked on the unicorn sale. It is not called the unicorn. It is called the Fantastical Tapestry. It's for Pride, which is ironic that it got called this month, which is Pride Month, which is fantastic. So I have worked a total of 4 days on this now. I am almost to the bottom of the one side. How cool is that? So, somehow it is taking me longer to, like, I know the fill-in part won't, hopefully, knock on wood, won't take as long, but this green outline is, for some reason, just taking forever. So for those of you who have stitched that, is that like, did you guys have that same issue? Or is it just me? Because it could just be me. Not gonna lie, it could just be me. Okay, so the other thing that I've actually done quite a bit of stitching. Yeah, that was smart. Okay, so my small is, and my gift for my roommate is Quaker Banana Fob. It is an out of print pattern, so I do apologize for that. I don't know, maybe out of sheer luck you can find it. It is by the Primitive Jewel. I also have Quaker Pear, but I'm doing Quaker Banana Fob. I love this thing. I don't know why I love it. I just do. I just do. I did convert. I went online and I did the conversion from Weeks Dye Works to DMC, because we all know that in general I'm a DMC kind of girl. The only thing is the DMCs are really, like, really bright. Like, that's for the stem and the little bottom nut. You'll see that? Like, that's loud. And I thought, like, I don't know. So I may end up changing that, but I worked one day. I don't know. I worked a little bit on it. And I got that far. My fear is, yo, that's not quite halfway up the banana. So that puts me here on the banana, but that's halfway. Is that going to be too big? You're going to be a big banana. And I think that's what's got me freaked out. Like, do I go buy... Because I don't know that I have smaller... I don't know if I'd have a smaller count in my stash. But I'm kind of worried that maybe my banana is going to be a big banana. But then you're not going to lose it, and isn't that the point of a scissor fob? So, yeah. But I got to get my book going on that. So that's going to be a high priority this week, obviously. Sadly, because of things, you're not going to get to see it because I've got to get it finished by Thursday night. I mean, like, FFO by Thursday night. So unless you check out my Instagram at His Princess Kelly, you're never going to see it. I mean, I'm going to stitch it for me, so you'd have to wait for that. But right now, yeah. Okay, so I have one more day left on the Marvelous Map Cell from Ink Circles. I made fantastic progress on this in the 10 days. Do I wish it was more? Yes. Will it be more? Sure. Is it going to be something that's going to stress me out? So we almost have that outer frame done. Like I said, I have one more day. If it was... I'm not going to get it done in one day. It's not going to be like that outer frame isn't going to be, the outer black won't be done in one day. Just because my stitching time, even for a day, isn't hours. And that's, it would take a couple hours. But this is, and so is the unicorn cell that is going to StitchCon with me. That is my plan. That is my hope. Let's see. I did decide on my small for Stacy C's Halloween stitch, so I've got to get that going. I'm not going to do it is by Lola Crow cross stitch on Etsy. I'm going to do one of the mason jars. I have not 100% decided on which mason jar I'm going to do. I may actually, sorry, I think I may do the eyeballies, because the eyeballs just, it's that or the frog. I don't know. Maybe I'll get going and I'll get them all three done for my stitch partner. Eventually all three will be done for this house as well. Today is not that day. Let's see. Marine Corps emblem is also going with me to StitchCon. But Amy, who is Creativity by Gidge, it's back. I think I've only done 2 days. Let me look. But this is why we have the book. Y'all, this is why we have the book. So, the periodic table has gotten 2 days on it so far. And I've actually made really... I'm going to get stuck in the... I already got stuck from it once, but... This is the periodic elements table. This has no pattern. Sorry, you all. And I know that this is the first thing everybody thinks they want to stitch and copy from me. I get it. We all need a mega bap, because that's what this thing is, because it is 60 inches high and it's more than that wide. But this is going to StitchCon with me because all it needs is black, and like it's kind of, it's almost brainless stitching. It's not quite, but it is kind of like I don't have to pay super close attention. But I have the one side, the top half, almost done. Almost. I don't even know how to like, no, I mean, I'm insane. That's where we're at. So, this has to be 5 of these across. So we've got to do 2 more, but I have started down there to bring it up. So my hope is that I have that, at least that quarter of the table done before the 10 days. Again, this is going to StitchCon. That Marine Corps emblem is under the C-cell because I want to be able to ring the bell. I'm taking a lot of, I feel like I'm taking a ton of stuff, but it's in some ways it's a lot of stuff one that needs to be worked on because like Marine Corps emblem is a gift. You want it done. I mean the map and the periodic table obviously they're gifts as well. Like I'm taking stuff that I want to work on, but also stuff that doesn't require Marine Corps emblem does. But a lot of it isn't going to be like I have to heavily pay attention to. Like going, okay, I'm only counting 10 stitches. It's going to be like either fill in or just keep going and going and going. So yeah. So I am bringing let's see. So I know I don't need a light. I will have to bring, I know to bring charger cords. Um, I'll have my bionic ears in. Um, I don't know. I'm debating. I think that's plenty of projects, right? The Under the Sea, the periodic, the map, the unicorn, and then I can always take Monopoly with me as well. I don't know that I need to take another project. I mean, I guess I could kit up the little monster jar and have that with me in case I wanted to work on something smaller. I don't know. But I'm not going to worry about it, at least at this point. I still have to get through several things before I even get to that point. The other thing I realized is before the panini was I bought a Jeep suitcase off of a fellow Jeeper who didn't need it, and I have not had a chance or an excuse to really use it. So I get to bring my Jeep suitcase, and I'm really kind of excited. And so yeah, I am just things are good. So that said, I'm going to let you go because I need to get my butt in bed. It is an early morning. I actually have a hearing on a motion tomorrow morning, but I actually am going to we filed the motion prematurely after doing some additional research based on what the judge thought compared to what I thought. I had filed the motion. Had I been in the lower court, it would have been timely filed because it's in the circuit court. I actually have a little bit longer before this motion has to be filed. However, in filing the motion, I did find out some more information. So instead, I'm going to be sending out subpoenas instead, and that's kind of cool because hopefully it will get me the information that gets me what I need, so that I don't have to file this motion in a year or two. So, I have that, and then I have the appointment with Boyd, and I think there's something else tomorrow. So yeah. The girl surprised me the other day and washed all the dishes, although today's dishes are in the sink from the boy child. He made dinner. So yeah. But, progress is progress. I still want to paint the wall. If I was not going to stitchcon this weekend, I think that really and truly that wall would be painted. But I don't know. So, okay. If you need me, you know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok. Instagram and TikTok, I'm His Princess Kelly. On Facebook, Kelly Regal Green. You can always email me at kelly@kgreenlaw.com. Don't forget to check out hillbillycandles.com. We have a new special for 4th of July. It's this jar candle, and it's red, white, and blue. And it's blueberry, vanilla, and watermelon. And it just sounds fantastic. So yeah, so all is good. I do need to swim. I did not make it to the pool. It's hard to swim when you want to vomit and curl up in pain. And I'm trying to not drive as much because whatever is going on in my head is affecting my vision. or it started to. It didn't, like, it's been kind of, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm terrified that my neurosurgeon honestly is going to say that something is wrong with the shunt and that it needs to be replaced, and that would be brain surgery 11, and that is a terrifying thought. So I'm trying not to focus on that. I'm trying to think, okay, maybe it just needs to be adjusted. I haven't had an adjustment in a while. It probably, like, the last time I had an adjustment of it was right as the pandemic had started, like a couple months into like the shutdown, because they didn't deem my neurosurgeon an essential worker, which is mind-boggling to me still to this day. That a neurosurgeon wasn't considered an essential worker, so they couldn't see patients in the office. What? So, but it was probably like the summer, the last time I got an adjustment. Let's see, the shutdown happened, what, in 20? So it was probably that summer of 2020. That's the last time I had an adjustment, which isn't too bad. You know, some people don't need an adjustment all their life. You know, I'm just not lucky enough to be that person. But I have an amazing neurosurgeon who I have the utmost faith in, who does not want to operate unless we absolutely have to. So that is always a bonus point. So yeah, so fingers crossed. The other thing is fingers crossed we don't have to do a lumbar puncture, because that's probably contributing to part of the back issues, which you know, we're coming up basically on the 6 months of when we did the last procedure to burn out the nerves, and they are starting to grow back. I'm starting to have a little bit of issues, but my pain management doctor is already on that, and we'll probably be scheduling that for July, beginning of July. If again, if I could get my head and body sort of cooperating, we still have time to be able to train properly to do Swim to the Moon in August. But that window is getting shorter and shorter, and that's also on my mind. Needless to say, there is a lot on my plate. So just, you know, if you see me, just know that, like, yeah, I'm trying. If I forget something, just remind me. I do have to go through my messages. I have several people that I need to send cards to. So I need to sit down and make some cards. Maybe I'll just pay my friend Sheila to make cards for me. She makes fantastic cards, and she totally will. And she won't let me pay her, which drives me nuts, because it's her time and she doesn't even let me buy her supplies. But maybe that would be the compromise. So we'll see. So yeah. So anyways, I'm babbling. We're now at almost 40 minutes, so I'm going to let you guys go. Again, sending you so much love and support. If you need me, please, 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 please reach out. And, you know, let me know. Let me know if you think I should take Lady of the Flag with me and work on Lady of the Flag, because I really do love her, and I cannot. She's another one that, you know. And then if you have a funny saying or something that I should put on shirts for Saturday and Sunday, and what should I do about the pictures on my flash drops for StitchCon? What do you guys think? So, pop them down below. Send me a message. I don't know. And yeah, we'll talk to you next week. Bye.